Errol Spence Jr. is one of the most accomplished and talented boxers in the world. He is an undefeated world champion and has been able to secure several wins throughout his career. With his success, several high-profile bout announcements have been made. One of the most exciting of these announcements is the long-awaited matchup between Errol Spence Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. This will be held in Dallas, Texas, and is set to be one of the most talked about fights this year. This fight promises to be one of the greatest moments of Errol Spence Jr.'s career. His skills and determination have been well documented in his previous fights, and he is going to look to cement his legacy when he faces off against the legendary Manny Pacquiao. In addition to the anticipation surrounding this fight, several other fights on the Errol Spence Jr.'s Cartelera have been announced as well. From lesser-known opponents to big-name contenders, it is sure to be a great year for Errol Spence Jr. He is set to take on Shawn Porter next, with a potential victory in this fight that could open doors to some of the biggest names within the sport. He has already prepared plenty for this match, and fans of Errol Spence Jr. can expect some fireworks when the two finally meet. Seeing as how this fight will lead up to Errol Spence Jr.'s potential showdown with Manny Pacquiao, it will be interesting to see how he performs against a formidable opponent such as Shawn Porter. It is also important to note that Errol Spence Jr. will be facing a range of opponents in the year ahead. Some of these opponents include Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, and Andre Berto. Between these top-level fights, Errol Spence Jr. is also expected to take on lesser-known opponents as well. While these fights may not draw as much attention, they can still be just as profitable and advantageous for the young fighter. With such a vast array of fights on the Errol Spence Jr.'s Cartelera, fans can look forward to witnessing some of the best boxing action that the sport has to offer. Errol Spence Jr. is one of the few fighters in the world who has been able to develop a unique style of boxing. His distinct approach is what makes him one of the most promising fighters in the world today. His agility, speed, and power have consistently baffled opponents, and 2019 will be no exception. With the array of fights coming up in the Errol Spence Jr.'s Cartelera, fans will be in for a treat. Errol Spence Jr. has stated that he is in amazing shape and that he is looking forward to competing in the fights that have been added to his Cartelera. He believes that 2019 will be a year to remember. Several fights on his Cartelera also indicate that Errol Spence Jr. will be receiving a lot of respect amongst his peers. This respect is well deserved, given his amazing undefeated record. The fights that have been announced as part of the Errol Spence Jr.'s Cartelera will allow him to showcase his talents to a wider audience. This could result in more sponsorships and endorsement deals. Errol Spence Jr. is set to prove that he is one of the best boxers in the world. His Cartelera will provide ample opportunities for him to do this. Each fight on the Errol Spence Jr.'s Cartelera comes with an important challenge, which must be passed in order for him to receive the recognition that he deserves. The anticipation for these fights has been building, and fans are feeling the tension already. With so much on the line for Errol Spence Jr., the potential for greatness is all too real. Every single fight on Errol Spence Jr.'s Cartelera are of the utmost importance, and must be taken seriously. He will be looking to gain valuable experience while taking down any opponent that stands in his way. These fights will test Errol Spence Jr.'s skills and prepare him for the real test, taking on Manny Pacquiao. With so much on the line, fans will be keeping a close watch on the Errol Spence Jr.'s Cartelera in the months leading up to his fight with Manny Pacquiao. Training for these bouts has already been underway for Errol Spence Jr., and he is looking such as be in great form when he takes to the ring. While the intensity of every fight is sure to be ramped up, Errol Spence Jr. is sure to pull through, no matter who his opponent may be. As a result, the proceedings of the Errol Spence Jr.'s Cartelera are set to be some of the most exciting experiences of the year. Errol Spence Jr.'s Cartelera has attracted countless people to the boxing world, and he has quickly become a household name. His star power will be fully utilized when he faces off against Manny Pacquiao, and fans will no doubt be ecstatic to watch one of the greatest fights of the century.